Hey, Siri Emerald here. Thanks for stopping by the channel. Got an unboxing of a figure here that came to me via USPS, and even though Fragile is marked all over this case, they really, yeah, they beat it up pretty good as usual. So let's open it up and see what it looks like on the inside. Fortunately, it looks like the box is bigger on the outside than it was on the inside, so pretty pleased with even though they beat it up, USPS did. Looks like the box itself is undamaged. So we have here the Hot Toys Iron Man 2 Whiplash MMS 121 1/6 scale limited edition collectible figure from Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now this box has a Hot Toys 10th anniversary logo on the bottom there. The box is very reflective on the front. We have Mickey Rourke's character, Ivan and Yanko. On this side it says Collector's Edition MMS 121 Whiplash. On this side of the box it says the same thing, but we have the silhouette of Scarlett Johansson's figure, the Black Widow. So when you display these boxes together, you would have the Iron Man 2 collection of characters. On the back we have more pictures of the character, Iron Man Whiplash. This appears to be the figure back here. It's pretty cool. On the bottom it has the warnings and the copyright information. On the top it says Iron Man 2 right there. And on the bottom it says the same thing. And here we have the inside box. It says Iron Man 2 Whiplash, and on this side it says the same thing it does on the outside, and the same thing over here. And on the back of the box we have the names of the people who are responsible for this. And what's really cool is they put the inside of his suit here, so you can see what his suit would be that Whiplash has created. So let's get this out of the box here. And we have our typical 2 layers of plastic. Out of the box we have a great looking figure. Now, this is another one of those never before touched, just displayed, adult collectible, blah blah blah, and he's broken. So I don't know, this has definitely been handled more than just pulled out of the box and displayed and never touched. But that's alright, and what can you say? So Mickey Rourke did a great job bringing this character to life. Now this character didn't truly exist in the comic books as he is here. There really wasn't a specific character that this was modeled after completely and totally. He is unique to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but he's based off of several characters to make him. So it's cool that we have a character that really didn't exist in the comic book stories at all, which I imagine gave Mickey Rourke and Jon Favreau a lot of creative license to make him the way he wanted. Marvel obviously had a strong hand in regards to how the characters had to be displayed, what could be revealed, what could be stated, what history there was, what future was coming up. So there was some things that had to be kept under strict control. But other times I imagine there was a lot of leniency, especially in these Iron Man movies in the beginning, because the Marvel Cinematic Universe, as we know it now, Earth 19999, was still being created. There wasn't much history that had been pinned to paper at that point. Mickey Rourke, being such an effective actor and somebody who believes in the craft and really does his best to try to deliver a character to the screen, actually made a trip to Russia and spent some time talking to some of the former prisoners and visiting the prisons there to see what kind of tattoos and whatnot would be to make this character even more believable. So these tattoos were put on there through Mickey Rourke's own investigation into the Russian world of gangs and crime and whatnot. Not trying to glamorize that, but just stating that he wanted to make Ivan be as much of a bad guy as you could. He even worked really hard on the accents. He says it's kind of a Slovakian accent, so that part of Russia is where it would have come from. Ivan in this movie, you really can look at him from two ways. Was he truthfully just a really bad guy? Was Ivan a bad man himself? Or was he really just in his own mind not a bad guy? It's interesting how these can be played out. And Mickey Rourke, again, did a really good job with this and had a lot of input to create this figure. What I don't see, which I thought was interesting, was Ivan was seen most of the time with a toothpick in his mouth, and I don't see a toothpick here. I'll have to find some way of finding something to put in there for a toothpick. It's kind of something that definitely set this character apart in the Iron Man 2 stories. A lot of people complain about the coloring of the suit. I think the suit looks good. There's no question about what the suit's supposed to represent. It's supposed to represent the track suits worn at Monaco. At the last minute, they pulled the rights or the permissions for them to film at Monaco. So that might be why the tracksuit is different. These, even though this is broken, I don't even think it was in the movie. So I'll probably be removing that anyhow. But it is kind of disappointing that this is broken. Now, the figure is articulated, but the ability for him to move is greatly reduced by this Whiplash suit of armor that he has. It's not really a suit of armor, it's more of an exoskeleton. Mickey Rourke, in preparation for this character, had to exercise a lot, and the suit was so cumbersome and heavy that he had difficulty himself moving around in it. So then he had to exercise more, wearing weighted vests just to get accustomed to this suit being on his body. So to have the figure as well, not as articulated, makes complete sense. So I'm not going to bend him around too much, but his arm can be posed to 90 degrees right here. And the little pieces bend in that. This little leather-like piece gets caught up inside the elbow right there when you do that. And his shoulders can be moved around, but again, you have to be careful with where you put this around. It truthfully is an adult collectible in that regards. Same thing with his legs. His knees bend and everything. But the purpose here isn't to try to see how far you can bend your figure around. This is, again, it's an adult collectible figure. The head moves, the neck moves, it's jointed there, so you can bend the neck, bend the head, spin the head around. The torso has articulations here to assist in his positioning, and he can move in here. But again, I can't stress this enough. You don't want to just be jerking him around to different positions just because he can. Now this is where the battery goes to power this up. So let's get that battery in there and see how that looks. I'm going to call this light a big fail. It, I mean, that's what it lights up in the back. So, not too impressed with that. They had an opportunity to really do something here, and I don't know. Kenobi 2 did something where he replaced this with a luminescent, electrical charged line, and it looks really cool. And I don't know if it's something that I'd want to consider doing myself, but that's pretty disappointing. That light is. That's pretty disappointing. So the figure also comes with the fists that are tattooed up as well, if you want to display him without his Whiplash whips. But what's the point in that? He's Whiplash with his whips. Without his whips, he's not Whiplash. So thanks for watching, everyone. Leave your comments in the section below. Tell me what you think of this figure. Have you added it to your collection? Will you be adding it to your collection? Is it one that you wish you could add to your collection? Follow me on Facebook at Siri Emerald, at Twitter at Siri Emerald. Follow me on Pinterest and Instagram. Subscribe to me on Patreon. If you like this video, click the thumbs up button. You'll find that right below this video in the lower right hand corner. Looks like this. To be notified whenever I make a video, you'll want to click the subscribe button. Clicking this link will take you to the About page where you'll be able to subscribe to my channel. To see my last two videos, you're going to want to click one of these right over here. See you on the next video. Happy collecting.